then I got a third phone call that my father had died. Then I went looking for answers. I went to India. I wandered around. Then I took a course in Buddhism. I thought maybe Buddhist people could help me. And I asked friends in India that I met, how do I meet Buddhists? They said, they look at their watch, and they said, you're a little bit late for the Buddhist people. And I said, why? And they said, they left 1,000 years ago in India. They're from Rome. I didn't have much of a plan. I went to the north, to the Himalayas, and they said, you can meet some Tibetan people. So I went to the Himalayas. I met some Tibetan monks, and then I entered a monastery, and I stayed for 25 years. Then in the monastery, I don't know if you've seen the Tibetan monastery, but the final, I still don't have the clock here on here. Yeah?
It's running.
I didn't see anything. No. Okay. But you have to give me time. So I entered the monastery, stayed 25 years. Then there's a final examination. In my monastery, there are 1,300 monks. The final examination is 3 weeks long, and you are examined in public. 1,000 monks are seated in a temple, and then one by one they come up and I don't know if you've seen Tibetan debating, but they ask you a question very violently, and then you have to answer in Tibetan language. So I finished this exam after 3 weeks. And then you're supposed to relax for the rest of your time in the monastery and drink tea and teach the young monks. And then I got a call to go to the abbot's quarters. One of the high lamas, and he came to me and he said, "You're the first white man to finish this examination in the 600 years of this university. And we have a plan for you. We have a second examination for you." So I said, well, nobody told me about a second examination. And they said, a second examination, you have to go to Manhattan. You have to make $1 million in 1 year, using what we taught you. And then we will use the money for charity. We will use the money to help people. And so I said, the reason I came to the monastery was not to learn how to make money. I came here because I wanted to leave that world. And I'm not interested in business at all. I have absolutely no interest in business. I think business people are greedy and unkind. And I said, I don't want to go. In the monastery, they have, what do you call it? Mala? A bead, right? Yeah. They have 2 purposes. One is to say the jol, right? To say the mantra. The other purpose is to beat the monk who doesn't agree to do what they say. Then you will have these scars on your head. So they said, I think you should go. And I said, okay, I'll go. And I started. And we started a business with 3 people. It's reached, actually it's up to $250 million a year now. We support thousands and thousands of refugees around the world. We train them in computer skills around the world. They type in, for example, Tibetan refugees, they are typing in their ancient books of China, Tibet, India, and they are typing the ancient books and they go up on the web. Then we take the ancient books, we translate them, and then we convert them into business training for people in corporations around the world, for tens of thousands of people around the world. We just finished helping British Airways to end their strike. We're going to Uralsib in Russia. They have 30,000 employees that we're training there. And I thought today, given that I only have 2 minutes, I thought most people who are trying to help the world, they need money. It takes some. I wanted to make an impact on the world. I wanted to help people. And then I found that to have some sort of a business which was compassionate and was run along compassionate principles, that this is it makes a difference, I think, between having great ideas and being able to take them to the world, to bring them to the world. You need a way to make funding, and the way that you raise funds to help people, that way itself should help people. So is there a way that we can raise funding for our ideas, which itself helps people, and then with that funding we help people? So I thought today, if I only have a few minutes to talk to somebody, I would like to give you one idea that you can use in your business, whatever you are doing. If you are doing some kind of NGO, I have I don't know, now 200 charities. If you are doing some kind of work to help people around the world, you want to do something to help the environment, to help people, then you're going to need to know how to raise funds and how to make things happen. I thought if I only had a few minutes to talk to you, and somebody has to tell, oh, okay, it's working. I thought I would just tell you one idea that I was taught in my training, in my 25 years of training. For me, this is the most valuable idea I was taught. And I think if you learn it, then you can use it to be successful in whatever you want to do. We are in the business of helping people and helping the planet. And if you understand one concept, I think it can help you to be successful in what you want to do. To be successful in helping the world, this is one great idea. And I want to share it with you. It comes from a famous book called, in Chinese it's called Jing Han Jing, Diamond Cutter Sutra. In, how should we say, in India it's called Vajracchedaka Sutra. In Tibetan it's called Dorje Chakra. It means diamond cutter, and because of that book that I entered my business. So I'm going to give you one idea that started in India. It came to China, and then we used it in Manhattan. And now we support thousands and thousands of people and several hundred projects helping people around the world. So in the Tibetan system, when you give a teaching, you ask a lot of questions. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you questions, and I'd like you to answer, okay? So don't be shy. What is this thing?
It's a pen.
It's a pen, okay? You can say it's a pen. If a dog came in the room, small puppy dog, and I wave this thing in front of the dog, what will the dog do? Will the dog bite? They say no, they will chew it, right? I mean, they won't bite on it, right? Then you can ask the question, does the dog see a pen? Does the dog see this as a pen? Yes or no? You gotta answer. No. I only have 3 minutes now. Then I ask you another question. Okay, so the dog sees it as something to chew, the human sees it as a pen. Who's correct? You can say both are correct. Again, it's a good answer, right? Now, next question. I put the thing here on the stage. All of the people go out of the room. All the dogs go out of the room. Which one is it then? At that time, is it a pen, or at that time, is it something to chew? Which one? You said nothing. I think nothing's a good answer, okay? In Xinjiang, in the old books in China, subway, kong, kong, stuff, kong, kong, stuff, kong, xing, it means emptiness. You can use the idea of emptiness, all right, to be successful. What is it by itself? It is neither a pen nor a toothbrush. So now I have another question for you. Raise your hand. Show me with your hand. Is the pen coming from the pen, or is the pen coming from me? This way or this way? You show me. Is the pen coming from me, or is the pen coming from the pen? I never heard anyone say both before. Is it coming this way or this way? I'll give you a clue. The dog sees something to chew. The human sees a pen. Is it coming from them or coming from the thing? It must be coming from me. It must be. If the dog sees something different, it must be coming from me. Why do I see a pen and the dog sees something to chew? There's something in my mind that makes me think differently from a dog. There's some seed in my mind which makes me see a pen, and the dog sees something else. Right? So then the question becomes, if I want to see funding for my NGO, or if I want to see my ideas for solar panels spread throughout the world, which we are doing, we have a project on that, okay? If I want to see my organization's ideas spread throughout the world, right? Then what should I do? How do I plant the seed for that? How do I make it happen that my ideas will spread around the world. I'll give you an example with a pen, right? If you want to plant a seed for a pen in your mind, you must find another person. You cannot plant it by yourself. You must find another. Who? Someone who needs a pen. So I must find another person who needs a pen. Someone comes to me and says, Geshe Michael, do you have a pen? Then I have a pen, and I like this pen. And I say, you can have the pen. I will give you the pen. Then I put the pen into their hand. My mind, through the glass of my eyes, sees my hand give the pen to another person. That plants a seed deep within my subconscious for a pen. If you want money, you must help other people to make money. There's only one way. If you want money, you plant the seed by giving money. It's not charity. It's a way to spread things. Okay? Now, last question. I have like 1 minute. Okay? If what I want is not a pen, if what I want is not money. By the way, the money thing works. If you help other people to eat, to have a home, and if you do it with knowledge, if you do it with this ancient knowledge, and it takes some meditations and things like that, which I'll teach you eventually. Okay? It will come back to you 1,000 times. My company is the fastest growing company, manufacturing company in the history of New York. Okay? It will come back to you if you understand how to do it. But let's say, what is our business here? What is our business? We would like to change the world. We would like to make the world, I don't know, I spend a lot of time on the ecological world, right? I want to save the environment. I want to bring solar panels to poor people. Then how will I make my charity, how will I make my NGO more successful? If I want a pen, I must help someone else to get a pen. If I want the money to run my NGO, I must give money. If I want my NGO to be more successful, then what seed do I have to plant? Last question, then I'll finish. Okay? What seed do I have to plant? I must help another NGO. Okay? I must take interest in another NGO. I must take interest in another person's project, and I must spend some real time to help them develop their idea, to help them advertise their idea, to help them go around conferences and help other people. All right? I must plant a seed in my mind to see my own project successful. All right? So that's all I have to say. That's 10 minutes.